When it comes to knowing God and having a relationship with Him, we encourage kids to develop 4 skills to help grow their faith. And when you think about it, many kids will practice these skills, even learn these skills for the first time with their small group leader. But these skills aren't just for your small group. These skills span across ages. They're true in your faith as well as in the faith of your small group. And we've got a really catchy name for them, and we call them the 4 faith skills. Because just like you learn and develop skills to get better at anything from basketball to cooking, these skills are necessary to know God better and build an everyday faith. And like any relationship, getting to know God takes intentionality and effort and time spent together. So, here are the 4 faith skills. First is hear. Listen to God's word and His Spirit. If you want to know somebody, what's one of the first things you do? You listen. That person is the only one who can tell you what he's thinking and feeling, what makes him laugh, what makes him angry. The same is true for God. If you want to know God, you have to learn how to listen. You have to get in the habit of hearing from Him. And when you listen to God, it helps you learn to trust Him more. Second is pray. Pray honestly and gratefully to God. Have you ever been in a relationship where the other person did all the talking? It's weird, right? God thinks so too. He doesn't want a relationship with you where He's the only one talking. Now, sure, He has moments where He just wants you to be quiet and to listen, but for the most part, He wants you to talk back. He wants to hear from you, your frustrations, your worries, your fears and your dreams, your requests and your interests. So if you want to know God, get in the habit of talking with Him. Because when you pray, it connects you with God. Third is talk. Dialogue about faith with others. Who's your closest friend? Do you talk about that person, even when they're not around? I don't mean in a bad way, in a good way. You talk about the backflip he did off a brick wall. You talk about the hilarious joke that she told. You talk about where you hung out this weekend. You talk about what they did. You talk about what they said. You probably also like hanging around other people who know your friend, and you like to talk about your friend with them too. Well, the same is true with God. As you get to know Him more, you'll find that you want to talk about Him more. You want to be around other people who talk about Him too. And when you talk about Him and listen to others talk about Him, it'll help you see God in new ways. And finally, live. Honor God through your worship and your lifestyle. Have you ever had someone give you a gift or do something for you that was ridiculously nice? Like so unbelievably amazing that you just had to find a way to thank them? Well, the same is true with God. As you get to know God more, you'll discover more and more about how awesome He is. And don't be surprised if you find yourself wanting to say thank you in your own unique way. Maybe you'll respond by singing. Maybe you'll be jumping up and down. Maybe you'll be silently thinking about it. Maybe painting a picture or serving the homeless or volunteering to help kids at your church. Regardless of how you do it, the more time you spend with God, the more you'll want to respond to His greatness by honoring God with your life. These are not only the things that you should encourage your small group to do. These are the things you should be doing in your own life. Question: how can we encourage our small group to spend time reading their Bible if ours is currently used as a coaster on our coffee tables? How can we emphasize the power of prayer if the only prayer in our lives is the one that, like, my son recites before dinner? How can we point out the benefits of discussing their faith with others if our motto is never talk about religion or politics or money? How can we push our few to live out their faith if we don't ever step up and serve or praise or give? The answer is, we can't. In order to inspire authentic faith in our small groups, we first have to practice and prioritize authentic faith in our own lives. Remember, this process isn't the same for everybody. Every individual is different, but these 4 faith skills will help you at every stage in your faith journey as you get to know God better and develop an everyday faith.